Because once you start really listening, you're going to be surprised at how much trust and love you really start to build in your marriage. One of the most powerful things you can do to improve your marriage is to become an awesome listener. So building love and trust involves really listening to your spouse, which actually is not as easy as it sounds. Most people are really bad listeners. They really are. Most couples in counseling are really bad at listening. I see that the first session. I tell myself, I know exactly what we need to work on, listening. So asking the right questions, empathizing with your spouse, making someone feel understood, these are all skills that can dramatically increase intimacy emotionally in any relationship. So to help you learn to do this, I want to recommend that you periodically take your partner's emotional temperature. So essentially, when you're taking the emotional temperature of your spouse, you're asking, hey baby, how you doing? What's going on? And you're not doing that to be polite. You're not doing that like a habit, like you see someone in the store, hey, how you doing? You're actually asking because you want to know. You want to know how they're doing. That's the temperature test. So I want you to schedule this temperature test at least once a day at first, at least once a day. As you go forward and get better and better at this, you're going to find that it happens more naturally. It might happen 2 and 3 times a day. So to take your spouse's emotional temperature, you start with number 1, preparing yourself. You've got to prepare yourself to do this because it's going to require something different than what we normally give people in relationships. So as you prepare yourself, you want to shift your focus away from you. You want to postpone your agenda. It's not about being interesting. We spend way too much time in relationships trying to be interesting, trying to have something to say that someone's going to be interested in. Your job is to be genuinely interested in your spouse. You want to hear their pain, whatever it is, even if you don't agree with the details. By the way, you're probably never going to agree with the details. You want to be interested in whatever's going on inside of them, and you want to walk in their shoes for a little bit. You want to walk in what's going on inside of your spouse's head to the best of your ability. Number 2, you want to attune. You want to tune in. Your job is not to fix your spouse's problem. Your job is not to fix their emotion. As a matter of fact, if you try to fix what's going on with them, you're going to mess up the temperature test. You can't do that. You just want to tune into where they're at. How do you do that? Ask questions. You want to ask open-ended questions. Ask questions that can be answered with more than one word. A yes or a no is not going to suffice here. You want to say things like, tell me more about that. Tell me more about how you felt when she talked to you like that. How did you feel when our son said that? What was going on inside of you? Those kind of open-ended questions are really going to facilitate tons of information that you're going to get from your spouse. What you don't want to do is you don't want to give advice, you don't want to be judgmental, you don't want to be critical, you don't want to become a teacher and come in with all this awesome advice about how they should have handled it. Essentially, you're attuning to your spouse. Number 3, you want to reflect back what you've heard. A big part of listening is witnessing. You ever been in a church and someone's preaching and they say, can I get a witness? You ever heard that? Anybody with me? That's what they're saying. Anybody in here with me? Well, look, your spouse needs to know that you're with them and that they're not alone. You need to become a witness. A powerful way to witness is to be there for your partner, to repeat back in your own words what you've heard them say. So I hear that you're saying blank, and it makes sense to me that you would feel that way because blank. So I hear that you're saying it gets worse at night and that you really miss the times when we used to go out and have Chinese food and a movie. And you know what? I do. I understand that. I miss those times too. And finally, don't offer suggestions. Don't solve problems. Don't give advice. Just be a witness. Let your partner know that you're with them. And I'm excited about this because once you start really listening, you're going to be surprised at how much trust and love you really start to build in your marriage.